Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second day of the Blockchain Community Day. My name is Polina, and today I'm excited to introduce you Dmitry Kovalevskiy with an engaging talk titled Building a Crypto Perpetuals Derivative Exchange. And here's Dmitry. Dmitry, hi, welcome to our conference, and thank you so much for being with us today. Could you please briefly introduce yourself to our audience?
Hi, and thank you for having me. So my name is Dmitry Kovalevskiy, and I'm building Hanji, which is an on-chain order book DEX. And before that, I worked as a quant in several banks and also as a product manager in fintech companies.
Okay.
And today I'd like to tell you about Hanji.
Okay, thank you so much. Just a small kind of reminder to everyone, feel free to drop your questions into our chat and we'll have a Q&A session at the end of the speech. So probably without further ado, let's dive right in. Dmitry, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you. So I'd like to introduce you to Hanji, which is an advanced central limit order book exchange, which is on-chain, decentralized, composable, and efficient. So first, we'll dive into the current trading venues that are accessible to users. So first, there are centralized central limit order book exchanges. So they use a central limit order book model, which is very efficient. They have low latency, and you don't need to spend gas to trade there. But they also have quite a lot of disadvantages. So first, they're non-composable, so you can't really build DeFi protocols on top of them. It's also quite complex to provide liquidity there, as it's an order book and you normally need to find a market maker to trade there. The listings are usually permissions, so you need to get an approval to launch a coin. And finally, they're custodial, so it means that they have credit risks. The most famous case would be the FTX, but also there were quite a lot of safety breaches with centralized exchanges in the past. Then there are decentralized exchanges such as AMMs or custom formula market makers. So they were pioneered by Uniswap. Now we have quite a lot of them. So they are fully decentralized, non-custodial. They are quite easy to provide liquidity to. They're composable, and you can launch a coin without getting approvals. But they also suffer from their own disadvantages, such as poor capital efficiency, permanent loss, NAV losses, and gas fees can also be quite expensive. And then finally, right now, off-chain and side-chain central limit order book exchanges starting to launch, such as DivideX, Hyperliquid, Vertex. So these exchanges have quite low latency, so not as low as centralized exchanges, but still quite low. They are non-custodial, and they also use the central limit order model, which is quite flexible. But they're still non-composable, so we can't really build other DeFi primitives around it. Bridging is required to access them, and most of them rely on some sort of centralized sequencer, which can lead to censorship and can also cause regulatory complications. So first and foremost, we'll focus on why do we believe that we need to have an central limit order book on-chain, and why can't we settle on AMM like Uniswap or virtual AMM like JMX. So yeah. First and foremost, the AMMs have much less capital efficiency. So for example, if we compare the Ethereum USD pair on AMM with the order book, we would see that AMMs have much worse capital efficiency and have higher spreads and higher slippage. So on the picture, we've translated AMM liquidity into an order book form, and we see that the spread is much wider. It is also well known that most AMM liquidity providers lose money, while Typically, market makers on central limit order book exchanges, they earn money on average. And yeah, so basically, central limit order books have much more liquidity and they are more sustainable. So that's why it makes sense to build them fully on chain. But why, if they are better, why central limit order books are not really used yet? So there are two problems. Second problem is easier. Basically, you need to pay gas fees each time you place an order. So for a long time, gas was very expensive on EVM networks. And because of that, the fully on-chain order book was not possible to launch. But the first problem is actually more important. The problem is that the most widely used and well-known matching algorithms are suboptimal and not really suitable to execute inside a smart contract. Because most of the matching algorithms have linear complexity in number of orders. So to illustrate this, imagine we have an order book, then we have price levels, and on each level we have some number of orders. And then imagine a big sell order comes, then typically most matched algorithms will iterate over all orders on the first level, then on the second level, and so on. And that would, that would basically be linear complexity in number of orders. And that could cause basically infinite gas costs. And so on chain, we have a gas limit on each contract call. And basically, with linear complexity, the algorithm is not guaranteed to execute fully within a single contract call. So that's why we need something better than that. And in Hanji, we use an algorithm pioneered by DePIN, which actually has logarithmic matching complexity. So the way it works is that it stores bid orders and ask orders in two prefix trees. To illustrate it, we will show the tree for bid orders. So here we have the key, which is a combination of price and order number. So each leaf of the tree is an order. So there are 4 orders in this particular tree. And each node basically stores some aggregated information of its children. So the key of the node is the common prefix of its children. So here it's 8 and 12 / 9 and 1 x. So x is different in 2 child orders, and this is the common prefix. And the nodes also store some quantity, which is the sum of quantities of each children orders, and some values, which is basically the dollar value of each of the children orders. And so by construction, we can see that this tree has a max height of 64, because key would have just 64 bits. So at most, there would be 64 levels. And then how can we actually execute an order with this tree? So imagine we have a cell 7 ETH at 1800 cell order. So the way we would execute it is we would go along the rightmost branch of the tree, and we will find the subtree that can be executed fully. So then we would give the seller the amount stored in this node, in the most apparent node of the subtree. Dollar amount we would give to the seller, And so the sell order is executed atomically in a single transaction. And then for the limit orders, to execute them, we would just remove them from the tree. And then as long as limit orders are not in the tree, they are treated as executed. And then the users can asynchronously claim the proceeds of their respective buys here. So as you have noticed, we just, in order to execute this order, we just went across the tree, which is not more than twice the tree height. So it should be less than 128 steps. And so we are guaranteed to fully execute each sell order within a single contract call. And we can do that while keeping the tick size very small, so we can have actually a lot of granularity for price, and we can handle billions of orders here. So, and then returning to the gas fee problem. So originally on Ethereum 01, gas fees are quite expensive. So the swap costs about $8. So then on Ethereum 02, such as Base Optimism, Bitrum gas fees are lower, but on average they're around 1 or 2 cents currently. And then you EVM networks launched, such as Etherlink, on Tezos, and some others, which would offer gas fees in order of magnitude lower. So we can see gas fees like 0.1 cent, which is really good for the order book model. And then regarding our matching algorithm, previously I've shown theoretically why does it work and why does it have actual algorithmic complexity, but also on the simulated data, it can be shown that more than 1 billion orders can be matched in a single transaction with less than 700k gas. And we also did quite a lot of gas optimizations. And we can say that both market orders and limit orders are more than 2 times cheaper than Uniswap. So thinking Uniswap, the kind of median swap fee is about 120, 140k gas, and we achieved 60k gas for a market order. And adding liquidity costs more than 300k gas on Uniswap, and limit order is just about 120k gas Hanji. And that would cost about 0.1% on Etherlink, the similar chains. So yeah, and bit of our roadmap. So we've started working on this project last year. So we launched internal testnet in March, and we would be launching the mainnet beta in June, and Perpetuals would come in July. So we would be probably the first fully on-chain perpetual DEX, fully on-chain DEX, which works on a general purpose EVM chain, not private chain. And regarding our product offering, so we would have deep liquidity on chain for main trading pairs such as BTC USD and ETH USD. We would have a fully composable perpetual exchange, which would allow other teams to launch structured products on top of our perps. So if you're familiar with the Ethereum protocol, which is basically a staked ETH and the short futures position. So things like that would be possible to launch in a single smart contract. And you would not need to utilize some custody provider as centralized exchange. We're also working on automated market making solutions that would allow users to launch LP tokens for an order book DEX. And those LP tokens would be also possible to use as a collateral in protocols like Aave. And finally, our goal is to bring the whole cycle of coin development on one platform. So basically, we will be launching coin launchpad, and our goal would be to take the coin from launch, from bootstrap period, all the way to the liquid perp markets. So I think that's pretty exciting. That's what we are working on. So yeah, that was my talk for today.
Great, Dmitry, thank you. That's so interesting. Our audience, please, I remind you to leave your questions in our chat. While waiting for any questions, actually, I have the questions that I'm always curious about, like the general expression. So could you please share your thoughts on the future trends in crypto derivatives market, especially in the terms of leveraging and risk management? What do you think about it?
Yeah, so I think we have, I think the general trend is to bring as much on-chain as possible. So for now, like last year, we have a lot of hybrid protocols which have like off-chain matching and on-chain risk management, like Vertex and DYDX. And so I think this year and the next year, we would actually go on-chain like fully. So that's what we are building, but also more notable protocols like Hyperliquid. So Hyperliquid is the fastest growing perpetual exchange right now. So they've started purely as a perpetual exchange with their own private chain. But just recently, they've also launched spot markets, their chain. And they've also announced that they would transition from being a private chain to being a public, fully compatible EVM blockchain. So going to on-chain is one trend. The second trend is basically pushing limits on acceptable collateral. So there is a lot of critique on FTX, but the cool thing about it is that they actually allowed to use various assets as a collateral on their platform. And I think we will see lots of changes that start to accept not only USD, but other coins as a collateral, and we also plan to do that. So I think the biggest product market fit would be to use staked ETH as a collateral, because that would allow users and traders to earn yield their collateral and then trade on top of it. So yeah, I think that's kind of the two main trends we shall see next year.
Okay, looking forward to see what will happen. So so far we have no questions in the chat. I believe that your talk was very enlightening. So thank you very much, and I would say thanks to everyone for watching. Next up, we'll have an amazing workshop with Mike Voronov, so you can find the link to join it in our chats. And see you soon. Thank you for being with us. Thank you, Dmitry.
Thank you very much. Bye. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to our stream here at the Blockchain Community Day 2024. It's our second day, and today we have the topics about blockchain adoption. And we just came back from our workshop with Mike Voronov. We will publish the recording in a while, and for now we still have 4 sessions ahead. And our next session will be dedicated to the topic of tokenization of real-world assets, why the market needs it, and how it works, together with Roman Shtih. He is a CEO at Metalamp. Hi, Roman. I believe.
Yeah. Hi, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alec. Can you hear me? Is everything all right?
Yeah. It seems to be fine right now. We can see you and we can hear you well. Thank you for joining, and thank you so much for proposing such a great topic. I think we can now see your presentation too, and I'd like to ask you to say a couple of welcoming words about yourself, and we are good to start. Good luck to you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Alec. Thank you very much. What an intro, by the way. What an intro. It's very, very amazing, by the way. So, yeah, thank you for that. I'll tell you about myself a little bit more on the next slide. So, yeah, but what I'm going to tell you today about, so I'm going to tell you about tokenization of real world assets. Yeah, as Alec told you. Yeah, why the market needs it and how it works. So, I'm not going to tell you about technical aspects of working with such technologies, but I'm going to tell you a little bit more about business side. So, and more than that, I will describe a real case, maybe even a couple of cases, how it works in real projects, why people implemented such technologies in their projects. So I'm sure it's going to be interesting case, interesting presentation. So let's begin. Before we start, I want to add a couple of words about myself. So my name is Roman Shtih. Yeah, I'm a CEO at Metalamp. We are a software development company. Basically, we are an outsource company. So we help projects to build MVPs, to increase some technical speed of development, I mean. So yeah, and that's why I'm going to tell you about RWA, because we have several projects in that domain. So, and I have a couple of thoughts about that. That's why I'm going to share it. So yeah, we developed more than 200 projects. Right now we have 60 specialists. And we've been working with Web3 space since 2020, I guess. Yeah, so it's already 4, maybe even a little bit more years how we work since we started to work with the Web3. Yeah, and you can find 2 QR codes. One of them is linked to our website, and one of them is connected to my LinkedIn. So you can, after the presentation, you can find me in LinkedIn and ask anything you want about the presentation, about RWA, and anything else. So let's move forward and let's discuss what's RWA, right? Before we continue to talk about tokenization of RWA, I mean real world assets. So we need to define this thing. And by the way, there is several definitions, but I want to provide you with this one. So real world assets in crypto space, in crypto domain, I mean, it's something non-crypto native. What does it mean? So, Bitcoin, of course. And Bitcoin is an asset which is basically crypto native. So we cannot imagine Bitcoin outside of blockchain. Of course, we know about ETF, but it's something different, right? So, but if we talk about emission and distribution, Bitcoin could be emitted and distributed only in blockchain. So that makes it crypto native thing. So yeah, and real world assets is something non-crypto native. For example, United States dollar. It's a RWA, real world asset. So because emission and distribution is made by US government, right? So it's something in the real world outside of blockchain. US bonds, the same thing. Piece of gold, the same thing. Your apartment, for example, it's RWA. So yeah, that's the definition of real world assets. So what's tokenization of RWA? Tokenization of RWA is a process of emitting tokens based on RWA. So sounds pretty simple, right? When we want something to exist on blockchain, we need to add it to blockchain, emit token, and it should be backed by something in the real world. Right? So, for example, everybody knows USDT, right? So, and it's tokenized RWA. Not here's a mistake. It's not RWA. It's tokenized RWA. Yeah, we know USDT. Maybe some of you use it every day, right? So, for example, NFT backed by, for example, wine collection is tokenized RWA. Why here's NFT of wine collection? That's because I added because I want to tell you a little bit more about real examples. And one of my real example would be about tokenization of wine collections. I'll tell you a little bit more about that a couple of slides further. So yeah, and another example is Tether Gold. So it's the same thing like USDT, but it's backed by real gold, by pieces of gold. I don't know exactly. So that's the tokenized RWA. So a couple of words about why market needs it. Why market needs RWA. So there's a couple of thoughts, but I want to add something after the couple of slides. But basically, for business, it's a new way of monetization and distribution of different products, assets. It's a new way to communicate with the audience. It's a new way to accept money from your customers and send something to your customers. So yeah, it's a really new thing. Today we have not so much projects generally who use this properly, but yeah, it's a new trend, and business could use it to achieve new markets and new users, new clients. So another one is smart contract automatization. So everybody knows, and I guess you know that too, that smart contracts help us to automate transactions. For example, the simple case is when you need to make automized royalty payments. For example, you buy NFT. For example, another example, I emitted an NFT, so some investors bought it, and when they want to sell it to another investors, I automatically get royalty. That's a simple case, simple case. So yeah, and potentially there is an opportunity for deals without a middleman. So we know that blockchain and crypto is about decentralization, right? So it should help us to avoid working with middleman. But it's potentially because right now we don't have regulation about decentralized solution. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that on the last slide. So, and what's about users? For users, it could be very helpful if they wanted to avoid a lot of paperwork. So I have an example. I know the project, it's a new brand project. It's called NFT Universum Club. You can find it in the Google. So, and this project is about tokenization of future incomes of some artists. For example, I'm a musician. If I want to raise some money for my future music album, I could go to this platform. This platform emit fixed amount of NFTs. And when investors will buy this NFT, I'll get the money. And after the release of my album, I should pay them some royalty, some some interest. Right, so that's how it works. And when I asked founder why they need NFT, so why do you need that? Because you could do it without any blockchain solutions, without any tokens. So he told me that the solution is about reducing of paperwork. Because, for example, if you want to raise $10,000 to $10,000, for example, you could emit 2,000 NFTs. One of these NFT would cost you about $5. So, and just imagine if 2,000 people buy this NFT, buy this share in future incomes. This would be a mess because you need to transfer a lot of docs between investors, platform, artists, and so on. But when they use NFT, they could reduce this paperwork because legal in their country provides them with opportunity to just emit NFT and let people to buy it, sell it to each other, and make other operations without any paperwork. So that's a, by the way, huge benefit of this. And another interesting case is that tokenized real-world assets, it's a new investment for crypto users, because right now crypto users have opportunity to invest mostly in very volatile assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, or so on, and they don't have conservative assets. And when you, for example, tokenized some US bonds or something like that, you provide crypto users with an opportunity to invest in some conservative strategies. So yeah, that's why market needs it. And there's a lot of questions, I understand that, but I'll make another comments in the end of the presentation. So yeah, what's the market potential? I told you about RWA. I told you about what's tokenized RWA, why market needs it from the side of business and from the side of users. So what's the market potential? Give me a second, please. What's the market potential? Today's tokenized RWA market cap is about $120 billion. And by the way, this is the largest part of the crypto market. So it's the largest space of the crypto market. So yeah, but here's the thing. So 95% of this capitalization are stable coins. So we know that USDT, USDC, and so on. And next in the top of the market cap are precious metals. I mean, like gold, silver, maybe diamond. Diamond is not metal, but still. So yeah, and it's about $1.9 billion. Yeah, and this is the market cap. This is the market cap. And you can find another things that could be tokenized, and they are tokenizing right now. So it's real estate, shares, bonds, some commodities like oil, diamonds, as I thought. Of course, art, of course, intellectual property. So these things could be tokenized, and there are plenty of projects that which are trying to work with these assets and tokenizing them. Yep. So what about future potential? It's the market. So the previous slide was about today's market, right? And what about the future? The future is very promising right now. For example, this is words of Larry Fink. He's CEO of BlackRock. Yeah, and he told that he expects that tokenized securities, tokenized assets would be the next generation for markets. And from the Galaxy perspective, Galaxy is a financial company which work in consultancy company, I would say, in Web3 space, famous enough. So, and they provide with statistics that TVL of RWA platform is $2.5 billion. And this is except without stable coins, I mean. So it's only about gold, silver, and other types of RWA. So, and these numbers, but there is another thing, that these numbers made huge growth in last year, and I guess they would make this year maybe even more. So the future and future of this market could be very interesting and could be very promising. That's what we have right now, and that's what we had in 2023. What's the challenge? What's the challenge for this market for tokenized assets? So first of all, of course, it's regulations. So we know that right now we have some regulations for centralized projects. For example, MiCA standards in Europe. It provides us with some regulations in the centralized solutions, like exchanges, centralized exchanges, and so on. But there is no regulation for decentralized solution, right? So what does it mean? That means that we could work with tokenized RWA right now, but only if we have centralized project. Only if we have centralized project. If we have only decentralized project, there is no regulation at all. And we should understand that before we're going to start the project. So, and another one challenge is that crypto space is small enough to attract big players. We understand that. Right now we have, I don't know, maybe 20, 30, 40 million active users in crypto space. And it's a tiny market, by the way, for big players. And we understand that it's not so attractive to invest in this domain, but it could change in the nearest future. So yeah, and another one point, that there is an obvious value for mass users. Maybe you got this question on when I described previous slides, that why people need it, why people needs it. And this is an interesting question, because if you ask a regular user, do you want to use tokenized RWA? He will tell you that, they will tell you that, I don't know, why should I do that? I could buy gold, silver, or real estate without any blockchain solutions, without any NFTs and so on. So why should I do that? And he would be right. Right now, it looks like tokenized RWA are interesting things only for crypto users, because I told you they need some conservative strategies, and this could be a new opportunity for them. But right now, it's an obvious for mass users. So yeah, let's move forward. I want to tell you a little bit more about real case. So we have some time. So about real case, how we tokenized wine storage. I decided that it would be interesting to tell you about that, because it's a real case. It works right now, and you can find it and buy a wine collection through their platform, buy the NFT backed by this collection. So yeah, how it works. The company is called Venezia. It's a European company, and Venezia provides investors with an opportunity to buy a right for ownership of the premium wine collections. So they does not sell wine as a bottle or as a just regular product. It's an investment instrument for their clients. So how it works? If I investors, I like wine and I want to invest some money in wine, in premium wine, I could buy the right to own it, and this wine should be stored in a specific place, because it needs specific climate, specific atmosphere, and yeah, it should be stored in specific place. And I own this bottle, this premium wine. The price goes up year to year, because this old wine become older and increase its price. So yeah, and after some time I could get the bottle or sell it to another investor, right? That's how it works. So where is tokenization here? Where is tokenization? So Venezia decided to emit NFT backed by bottles and collections. I mean, collections of bottles. So yeah, and why did they do that? Because first of all, they needed transparent and trustworthy emission on blockchain. They wanted to make all transfers, all history of transfers transparent. And more than that, they had an idea to put in blockchain some data about storaging conditions. For example, some climate data, atmosphere data in blockchain. So it should be a proof that wine is stored in a good conditions, in a good place. So yeah, that's why they wanted to implement blockchain and NFT. So more than that, they wanted to work with smart contracts because, for example, them as a company emit NFTs. Some investors buy these, and when they sell it to each other, they want to make an auto payments and get royalty for that. And more than that, they have a fee for storaging. And for example, if some investors don't pay fee, NFT goes to the platform again, and new investors could buy it and cover the costs for storaging the wine. I don't know exactly did they implement this feature, but in the first version there was no such features. But yeah, it's an interesting concept. So yeah, another one point, they want to attract new investors from crypto space, of course. So because their traditional audience was non-crypto users, of course, and they wanted to attract new from crypto. Of course, it's about PR and again less paperwork. It's a good reason to implement such technology. So yeah, we are running out of time, and I want to make a general opinion about this trend about RWA. So first of all, of course, I want to highlight that RWA is not a big thing for the nearest future. So the market is small. The use case is obvious only for crypto users, and it's not obvious for regular users. And I guess that next cycle of mass adoption could stimulate this trend and increase interest to tokenize RWA. So I expect that if crypto space will get more users, I don't know, maybe more than 100 or couple of 100 million of users, so they will create a new demand for such projects like tokenized gold, tokenized diamond, maybe tokenized apartment, and so on. So yeah, right now it's not a big thing, but I expect that in a future decade it could grow a lot significantly. So we already have numbers that in 2023 this market had a growth of 82%. So yeah, but business in some niches right now, like luxury goods, art, premium, some premium wine collections, this business can already implement such approach, such technologies, like previous project, like wine collection or tokenization of future incomes of some artists. So yeah, right now it's working. It's working right now. So I guess that's all. That's all for today. I'm ready to answer your questions. Yeah, hope you enjoyed.
Thank you so much, Roman, for delivering such a great presentation and such a great topic, and in such a interesting way. That was really enjoyable to listen to you. And you just recently noticed the things in your conclusion about the general opinion that the market of tokenization is not that big right now, and we don't have enough users, and it's not massively adopted right now. And what do you think is the main limitation for that? I mean, we all understand that there are lots of advantages of tokenization, lots of pluses, lots of good things which will solve too many problems, but still the humanity has some problems with implementing it. What's that problem and limitations?
Yeah, thank you for the question. I understand that. So I think we just need more time, and we just need more users in crypto space. So because why we need more time? Because people need to get used to digital infrastructure, like blockchain, decentralized solution, and so on. For example, right now it's easier to make an NFT backed by my car, for example. And when I want to sell my car, I just send the NFT into smart contract, and other guys send money in this smart contract. We get the swap, and the transaction is completed, and it's okay with the government. So government okay with this transaction. So it would be easier, faster, better, cheaper. So, but of course, people need to get used to it. They need to understand this technology, and step by step, year after year, people will understand that and will get used to it. So, and of course, regulations. We need to go through regulation and work a lot about that, and mass adoption. So the more users will go to crypto market, they will create a huge demand for future projects and even for tokenized RWA.
Okay, and I am looking through the live chats right now, and I see that Mark Diamond says thank you for the presentation, and he repeats somehow in some way the question I asked just right now. It says, what are some specific obstacles of RWAs coming to the market? And I can just make so I can add to this question and ask, is there a way to make it even faster, to accelerate it? I mean, is there a way to make it even faster than it's now, and so that simple users like who doesn't even know what's Web3, what's tokenization, what is blockchain, and what is decentralization, what are the advantages, just would use it just like, for example, when I use my bank application right now, I don't even know what servers are used right now, what are the technical processes, and I have no idea about the technical side about the applications on my mobile phone. When do you think will we have this era, this world, when simple users will be using tokenization without even thinking about it and noticing it?
Yeah, I understand the question. Thank you for that. So, it's a complex process. So there is no one solution that we should implement, and a lot of users come to market. There is no such solution, unfortunately. There's a lot of things that need to be done. For example, we need to really, of course, we need to make easier user experience. So, for example, but right now we have a lot of solutions for that. For example, last year, the account abstraction solution was implemented on the EVM ecosystem. So, and it provides us with an opportunity to really make easier life for some users. I just want to highlight that there's a lot of things that need to be done. There's no one solution that need to be that could accelerate the process. So yeah, if I know that, I would be a billionaire, I guess.
Okay. So. Yeah, I hope you'll know it one day. Please share it with me.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for
okay.
that. Thank you.
I think that's it for now. We are running out of but still, if we will receive any questions after we publish the recording of this video on our YouTube channel, I will let you know and address that questions directly to you. Thank you so much for being with us today. We need to switch to our next speakers. Yeah, thanks, Roman, once again. Thanks to everyone who is watching this right now in a live session. And we hope to see Roman on our stage soon again. Roman is always very welcomed. And I think it's time to switch to the next speaker. Yeah, we are turning a short transition, and after that, we'll be back in a minute. Okay, and hi everyone. Once again, we are back with the next sessions for today. We still have 3 sessions ahead, and this time we are going to talk about SAP Green Token together with our guest Ilona Dubra, and she's a staff consultant at Accenture. Hi Ilona, how are you?
Hello, Alec. I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, me too. Thank you so much for joining. We can see you and we can hear you well. I think we can now bring your presentation to the stage, and without further ado, you can start just in a second. Yeah, you can just say a couple of welcoming words and introduce yourself, and after that, your presentation can be appeared on the screen.
All right, I will start sharing my screen.
Of course, yeah. And during the process of sharing, I'd like to remind everyone to leave your questions wherever you are watching this, even if it's a recording published on our YouTube channel or you are here with us right now watching it live on the VR community platform, on our YouTube channel or any other source. Just leave your questions in the live chat or in the comments section, and we will go through the questions by the end of our today's talk. And is everything right with presenting mode?
I'm starting to share. Do you see my screen?
Just a second. It seems to be loading right now. One moment, please. Yeah, perfect. It works, but it works in presenting mode. We see the presenting interface.
And do you know how to switch it to another mode?
Do you see the display settings in the? Yeah, just yeah, and yeah, just a second. Yeah, now it works perfect. Yeah, so please you can start, and good luck to you.
Hello, my name is Ilona Dubra.
Sorry. Yeah,
I'm
could you please do it once again? Because we still see the interface of sharing.
Can you instruct me how should I
Yeah. Please
change?
press the button on display settings. Okay. And click on the swap presenters view. Yeah. Okay, and now press the hide button. Do you see the StreamYard is sharing your screen, something like that, this message box? The white box in the middle, in the bottom.
Yes, hide. All right, yes.
Yeah.
Oh. So do you see now it's a normal presenting view, or it's still notes?
I see StreamYard interface. One moment, please. Yeah, I see that your presentation is not open. Could you please return back to your file? Because I see your browser.
Yes, now?
Just a second. Yeah, now it's perfect. I hope it will be fine right now. Okay, then, yeah,
great.
good luck to you.
Thank you. My name is Ilona Dubra, and I'm a SAP consultant at Accenture. And today I will talk about a really new and innovative topic of SAP Green Token. And first of all, I will just bring some key findings what the SAP Green Token is. Then I will present a case study. I will reveal some key findings and outcomes, and at the end I will do some summary of SAP Green Token's value proposition. And here we can see the quote of Julie Sweet, the CEO of Accenture, that was made in the Davos on a virtual conference. And Julie said that sustainability is a new digital. And sustainability is going to be the next digital, and every business will be a sustainable business. And Julie is very hopeful that when we have this dialogue in 2025, we will be talking about how every business is a sustainable business. And why she said that we need to understand that due to ESG reporting obligations, there is now no alternative for capital market oriented companies in Europe to deal with the reporting, and the obligation will be extended to all large companies in January 1st on the 2025th. And the criteria for mandatory ESG reporting will then be in a minimum of 250 employees and the net sales of 40 million or more, and total assets of 20 million or more. And the obligation applies also as soon as two of these three criteria are met. So the obligations to report ESG data in the same way as the balance sheet data are reported. And this practically affects limited liability partnership insurance companies and banks. And as of January 2026, the criteria of companies with capital market-oriented structure will be reduced to 10 employees and sales revenue to 700,000 euros or more, and total assets of 350 euros or more. So basically a lot of huge many organizations are setting ambitious objectives to transition to primary and certified sustainable material usage. And this is mainly driven by increasing stakeholder demand and the pressure for certified visibility beyond tier one supply chain partners and continuous commingling and processing of raw materials and components limits organization and supply chain networks to achieve traceability and transparency, and hence accelerate this transition. And to effectively make claims that materials and products are made with bio-based and circular materials, there is a need for a method to track and trace verified raw materials throughout the supply chain life cycle as the material is processed and sold to downstream members in the supply chain. And today I will present a practical application of SAP Green Token, system as a service based mass balance material traceability and transparency platform focusing on commingled hard to trace raw materials. And the solution combines three innovative practices and principles of mass balance, tokenization, and blockchain for chain of custody. And the effect of SAP Green Token is highlighted and validated by an extensive pilot focusing on certified sustainable chemicals and products derived from biocircular waste sources. These materials are identical to commercially procured chemicals and products and used throughout the supply chain. And being able to gradually and effectively replace commercial materials with biocircular and certified sustainable materials can help divert waste that is not reintroduced into supply chain into the date. And into this study, I will discuss this. There will be 7 organizations that take place in the SAP Green Token. And also there will be 19 partners that offer this token chain. So let's see the next slide. And here we can see the full traceability of commingled materials with SAP Green Token. And we can see that the end product is the packaging material for Unilever. Basically, there are 3 different packaging material, and it's possible to trace and track the level how sustainable this packaging material is. And SAP Green Token has 2 main approaches. Firstly, it can be used as a standard-alone internal solution to manage mass balance accounting and certification compliance. For example, RED CER2 and ISCC. Plus for tracking sustainability data and credits in raw materials, components, and products. The inbound processing and conversion and outbound flow and data are captured via CSV upload or via integration with the ERP system. And Tier 1 supply chain partners can be represented in SAP Green Token without them actually participating on the platform, also known as offline members. And furthermore, SAP token can be leveraged as an end-to-end traceability and transparency solution for sustainability data across supply chain network. And overall, SAP Green Token benefits can be maximized by onboarding supply chain partners, and all members of supply chain don't have to join at once and can be phased in over time. Here we can see the overview of the simulated pilot supply chain flow. In total, more than 20 different types of materials were managed in SAP Green Token. And please note, not all of these materials are reflected in this overview. And the supply chain flow focused on tracking the origin and other sustainability attributes for biocircular raw materials feedstock throughout the supply chain all the way to the end product. The initiating certified biocircular feedstock was aggregated and introduced by the feedstock supplier. And at this stage, the digital twin token representing the unique physical biocircular feedstock are created and capture several unique sustainability attributes relating to the bio-origin of the materials. And these attributes are persisted throughout the supply chain, regardless of any co-mingling and continuous processing of materials. So basically, we can see here that Unilever, as the owner of the brand, has the end product dressing bottles and ice cream tubes, and all we can see with the help of mass balance traceability that it's possible to trace mass balance accounting for this end product, this packaging, different packaging material, ISCC plus data and declaration, other sustainability attributes, for example, product carbon footprint management, as it is another SAP solution and also very new. However, it was already implemented by Japanese production company Matsumoto, and Accenture helped to implement this solution for our Japanese colleagues. And for sure, we can track all the supply chain flow in a more transparent way. And here we can see the digital twin token, and for this pilot study, the digital twin token captured various sustainability attributes, including the following subset focused on ISCC plus, like circular material source, raw material origin, so from where this material came, recycling operation type, raw material type, and other specified by organizations such as product carbon footprint scope 1 and 2, and energy source. So this solution is quite new and will be very vital for companies to introduce in order to track the sustainability footprint. And the brand owner Unilever has chosen to use the finished material for packaging in 3 of their stock keeping units. SAP Green Token and Unilever collaborated on developing QR codes linked to a customer application for sharing sustainability impact information with the customers. and stakeholders. The QR code could be placed on product labels, and by scanning the QR code with a camera of mobile phone, and the customer can easily see information on the certified sustainable content, confirming ISCC certification, and see packaging supply chain journey, and expand upon the environmental impact that is reduced by them choosing the Unilever's products. And the QR codes and customer application are currently available in beta release, and all SAP Green Token members were able to view the full chain of custody and provenance of physical materials they received through the transfer and conversion of the tokens across the Green Token platform. And in conclusion, I would like to stress the value proposition of SAP Green Token as a mass balance accounting. SAP Green Token allowed for managing certifications, credits, transfer, and other relevant information from a single place in a continuous, automated, and secure manner. The solution provided validated enforcement of mass balance material accounting rules across the supply chain, ensuring claims of sustainable deliveries inventory were directly tied to tokenized volumes, preventing double counting. And it ensured that ownership and delivery of sustainable volumes are maintained in an unbroken chain of custody, which can be audited at each level of supply chain. And SAP Green Token provided automatic generation and transferring of ISCC declarations. And the combination of mass balance accounting and tokenization in this solution is considered as a unique proposition. And in this pilot study, SAP Green Token is successfully handled complex supply chain network with 7 participating business partners, 9 active sites, and multi-sites online members, and 18 representatives, tier 1 business partners, offline members. The flexibility of working with online and offline members was proven, and the solution proved to be agnostic to handling different types of materials throughout the supply chain network, and the solution ensures reliable supply chain transparency information that can be leveraged to ensure sustainable sourcing and shared with various types of stakeholders. And with a chain of custody backed by the blockchain ledger, the stakeholders have a high degree of confidence and trust in the resulting chain of custody. And here I would like to stress that SAP Green Token has won the 2023 Sustainability and Environmental Solution Award at the iAwards Canberra, Australia's longest-running innovation recognition program for rewarding organizations that help to create positive change. Here are some reference resources that were used to prepare this presentation. That's finally it, and thank you for your attention.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ilona, for delivering such a great, for showcasing your presentation and for letting us know about the SAP Green Token and its features and its functionality. I would say that was pretty interesting since we don't have lots of presentations about the environmental kind of topics around that. And my main question for now is to, could you please let me know how do you acquire new users, new corporations, so that you had enough people using the SAP Green Token?
As I said, this solution is pretty new, and I think it's still in pilot. It was tested by Unilever and 7 companies in real life, but still I think that the question is open if these companies already bought this solution from SAP and are using. SAP also provides different other different solutions, as I already mentioned, SAP Footprint Management, when it's possible to track all the input and output data that are used for production and report this data in the same way as the balance sheet reported. And this solution was already bought by Matsumoto, a Japanese company, and Accenture helped to implement it. And as it was showcased in the beginning of the presentation, the huge companies in Europe and in the whole world that are obliged to report this ESG data starting from 2025. They should either report by themselves or either buy some solution from other companies. And one of the good examples would be for them to use SAP solution as a green token or SAP Footprint Management, and for sure Accenture could, consultants always can help to implement this solution into practice, into real life. As I said before in the beginning of the presentation, the legislation will force the huge companies to adapt and report this ESG data in annual manner.
Okay, yeah, thank you for answering. I'm just going through the live chats to check if there will be some questions, but I don't see any questions for now. But if there will be some questions, I'll let you know after we publish the video as a recording on our YouTube channel. Yeah, thank you so much, Ilona, for bringing up such a great topic about our environment and about all this ESG kind of stuff. Thank you so much. We'll be very happy to see you again. And we are now taking a 2-minute break. And we'll be back with the next presentation from Mr. Souji Pillai, whose topic is blockchain implementation in the hospitality industry. Yeah, thank you so much. Bye-bye, everyone. See you in 2 minutes. Hi, everyone, and welcome to our next episode, to our next session. This time we are going to talk about the blockchain implementation in the hospitality industry together with Souji Pillai, who is a Ph.D. student and hospitality management is his main topic area. And hi, Souji, how are you?
Hi, Ali Khan. I am fine. Thank you. How about you?
Yeah. Me too. Thank you so much for joining. I believe we can now bring up your presentation to the stage, and after that, you'll be good to start. Just a second.
Sure.
Let me know if you started sharing your PDF file. Yeah,
Okay.
perfect. Now we see it. I think we are good to start. Good luck to you. The stage is yours.
Thank you very much. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everyone, based upon the part of the globe you are. It's my pleasure to present in this platform. And my presentation is about From Farm to Fork, the blockchain's impact on the hospitality industry. The use of blockchain in the hospitality industry is in a very much infant stage. That's why this topic is having its own importance. So my content will be as follows. I'll be telling about the background about hospitality industry, the issues that the hospitality industry is addressing, and how the blockchain industry can help in food-related aspects, the characteristics of blockchain, and how it can help in the food safety. That's the main component what I'm going to present today. And blockchain and HACCP. HACCP is hazard against critical control point, about something related with food safety. That is HACCP. And customers, how it is related with the customers in the hospitality industry. Then we'll be having a question and answer session. So going ahead, my motivation, actually, I am having a PhD in business management. I'm currently doing another PhD in hospitality industry, which I want to do something related with technology. And I'm doing research in blockchain, specifically about the food safety aspects in the hospitality industry. So during the COVID, there was a lot of disruptions happens globally because of the closure of borders. There was some control of movement of goods from one place to other. And there were a lot of challenges, not only the hospitality industry, the whole supply industry was facing. And the most important thing is that the food that reaches the hotel industry and it comes to the the restaurant, whether it is safe to eat. Our customers are eating a safe food. How they can check that food which reaches their table is genuine, whether they can trace the origin of the food, the journey what the food had traveled. That's very important. In US, the FDA, the food-related department, came out with a food safety blueprint in 2020. And it says that there is a need of more technology embedded kind of thing in the supply chain where the food can be traced. If there is any problem, it need to be recalled. So all these things, all these thoughts, where I'm much interested in technology also, I landed up in doing this particular research on food safety aspects, how the supply chain, can be how the blockchain can be used in the supply chain aspects and how the customers can eat a safe food, enabling them to know trace the journey of the food from the farm to the fork. So if you scan this, everyone know, like I want to give you an example that if you scan this QR code, if you have a, for example, if you have a smartphone, if you scan this QR code, this is basically from the wine industry. If you scan this QR code, this says about the travel of wine from the farm to the table, customer's table. It says about what temperature was the wine, or what temperature was the grapes were cultivated, the pH value of the soil. It also says about the journey of the food from the farmer to the next joint, and to the next joint, how long it traveled, what was the temperature it traveled, and finally it reaches the customers. The customers will be able to trace the whole detail, the whole journey of the food. That's how the blockchain is very important in a supply chain. So same way, the food that comes to the customer's table can be traced back in the menu. A QR code can be placed, or by using blockchain technology, the customer can trace the real the journey, the origin of the food. That's very important. So what I'm talking now is about blockchain 5.0. You all know that the blockchain went through various variations from blockchain 1.2, 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, and 5. Currently is the 5.0 era. And I'm looking into specifically into 5.0, how this blockchain can be integrated in the supply chain, especially in the hospitality industry. Why this particular aspect is very important? Because of a lot of foodborne illness, a lot of scandals. For example, according to World Health Organization, it reveals that 600 million cases of foodborne illness yearly, impacting like 1 in 10 people worldwide. And in US especially, 1 in 6 Americans are affected. That means 48 million cases of foodborne illness. And there are a lot of food safety scandals, like Chinese milk scandal, the European horse meat scandal, global salmonella outbreak, the poisonous cases from fruit puree pouches in the US. So how a customer who consumes these products can be mentioned as a safe, how he can ensure that the food that he consumes is safe and secure. This is very important, especially in US, where if there is a food poisoning event, the government can shut the restaurants and hotels. So this is very much important. And the hospitality industry is very much in the infant stage. And the blockchain is only used in the loyalty program or sometimes in booking the hotels. So while using this blockchain in the hospitality industry, it's having a scalability and can be used in various aspects. But what I'm trying to say is about the food safety aspects here. And none of the hotels are really use this blockchain technology for the food related aspects, especially to track the origin of the food, and thus the customers can feel that what they consume is really safe and secure. Not only that, there are a lot of food related incidents, adulteration and mislabeling of food. And there was in New South Wales in US had a food poison outbreak in 22. And these all underscore there is a necessity of reforms and vigilance, so that the customer feel confidence when they dine in a restaurant or in a hotel. That's why the food safety is very important. So, for example, in food travel, I'm just telling you some scenarios. In a changing weather condition, there's a truck which carries a poultry from one location to other, and it stops while it is supplied in various locations. How do you ensure that the poultry follows food safety rules when it reaches receiving end of the kitchen? Because when the food truck stops, sometimes the fluctuation, there is a temperature fluctuations inside it, and it can affect the food safety rule. And how does it can implement the hazard analysis and critical control point and make sure that the food that consumed by the customer is safe, and how make sure that customer can be confident, ensuring that safety and quality of the poultry is served. This is a very important scenario that the hoteliers need to think. The other aspect is an executive chef in a hotel kitchen receives a delivery mentioning it is a wild-caught salmon, but some doubt arises, and this particular chef named Maria, she decided to send the samples for DNA testing, and it came like that. This salmon is not, it is not wild-caught, it is farmed and is falsely labeled. And how Chef Maria enhanced the traceability and transparency in the procurement process, and how she can control these discrepancies in the future, and how she can communicate with the food supply chain. This is very important. And these two scenarios really underline the need of a certain technology which enables to track the food's origin and make sure that the food is maintained in the right temperature and food has the right origin as mentioned in the label. And then, like, FDA came out with a food blueprint, and it says about the new era of smart food safety like FDA's Food Safety Modernization Act 2023, which will be implemented in January 26, requires that the foods, all the the points in the food supply chain need to meticulously maintain record keeping and identify and remove contaminated food items. That means it is mandatory that everyone should follow the Food Safety Modernization Act to make sure that the food can be traced, and if needed, it can be recalled. And this is going to implement very soon in the US. And another aspect is the current traceability system, which is used in the blockchain. The current traceability system, which is used in the supply chain, lacks currency, and it's not able to share data, and it is not interoperable. That's a big concern. Happens to the current kind of systems which is using. So that is why there is a need of smarter technologies, and FDA underlines about the need of smarter food safety, and there is a need of transparency, things like that. So the current systems, what is used, and especially in the hospitality industry, relies on paper-based record with the supply chain, and its lack of standardized digital tracking, data fragmentation, and inaccuracy, and it is very hard to interoperable in various systems. That's a big concern. And that's why the food safety blueprint underlines the need of a technology-driven, the blockchain is needed to trace the food, and it can respond rapidly in case of any emergency, and it should be smarter. So it addresses the modern supply chain complexes and digital advancements also. And this food safety blueprint is having 4 core elements, and it underlines the need of it should be tech-enabled traceability. It should be a smarter tool, and it is approachable and can prevent outbreak response. And it should help the business models to modernize, and it foster the culture of food safety. That's why I like to emphasize that this blockchain solution is a wonderful opportunity that can be implemented in the hotel, and the hotels are not implemented in the food safety aspects. It's because the blockchain helps in the smarter food safety, and it contributes and retain data documentation control, and it maintain a tamper-proof kind of data that can be added to each supply chain stakeholders that participate in the whole supply chain journey, and it enables anyone can can see the movement of the products. And not only that, the blockchain, we all know that blockchain has various characteristics like transparency. No one can, it is very transparent. The movement of the goods can be tracked from the farmer to the end customer. It is immutable. It has a replica, it's a virtual, and it's a physical kind of digital twin, can be managed. It is decentralization is one of the key characteristics, and it is interoperable in various systems. And there's a smart contracts which help to make sure that the food is, and there's a contract between the people who participate in this journey, and it is very traceable and it is secure. And these all characteristics make sure that the food that travel to the supply chain and it reaches the hotels, and make sure that the food is safe and secure. And is enabled, the blockchain enables to track the temperature and the data, and it's integrated with various technologies like RFID, NFC, and QR code. And it can give real-time data and during the transportation. So it enhances the product integrity by using this blockchain technology. Not only that, we are in the Industry 5.0 era, and this Industry 5.0 era is in line. The blockchain is very much decentralized, tamper-proof, and it is in line with the Industry 5.0 principle. That's why it is very decentralized. It can vertical integration. It can be done within various supply chain holders. It can be within the unit. That's horizontal integration. It can interoperable in all its aspects. It's modular. It can be customized to certain requirements. It is real time. It helps in the technical assistance. It is help in the virtualized. It can the blockchain can give the real, the physical and the virtual property of the products in the system. So this is in line with the Industry 5.0 principle and is well aligned. And blockchain is adopted in various areas, especially in Europe, in the food safety programs, in China Animal Health and Food Safety Alliance, in Australian projects. There's a various collaboration with fresh supply companies and Crowdtech, and it is globally accepted, especially in the food-related aspects. And Walmart has done this, and is having a partnership here in the US with Dole, Kroger, and Nestle, and various companies like IBM, KPMG, Merck, and Walmart had done a collaboration when FDA called for a pilot program to make sure that the food is to check and the transparency and the traceability of food. And they wonderfully done a pilot program and showed that the blockchain can be implemented specifically for food safety. And even blockchain as a case study mentioning that they was able to trace the origin of the mango within few minutes, where when they physically would check all those details, it took like one week for them to know the real origin of the products. So in China's blockchain supply chain, they are well using this blockchain's characteristics. So the blockchain in the hospitality employment help in the enhanced management, tracing and monitoring. It reduces cross-contamination because it makes sure that the temperature is managed, and if needed, the products can be recalled. And it's a real time, it's comprehensive traceability, and it's in real time, and it makes sure that the food is safe and it maintains quality and well managed, and it also makes sure that it streamlines the safety standards. So when it moves from the farm to the fork, the by using this blockchain technology, the hospitality food supply chain can make sure that the customer can confidently consume the food what they are in front of them in the restaurant. And not only that, blockchain is in line with the sustainability practices which promote sustainability. And there's a food waste index report 2021 by UNEP says that 26% of food waste from food service and 30% from retail. And it helps in the inventory optimization and make sure that it monitors the products by using the blockchain technology, expiration dates, and reduces disposal. And it's in line with the Sustainable Development Goals, Goal 12, and make sure that through the blockchain technology, the food waste can be reduced, and it is in line with the responsible consumption and production. That's a UN Sustainable Development Goal 12, and make sure that the people can have trust, the customer, especially the customers can have trust in the food what they consume. And like customers are currently worried about the supply chain reliability and the food origins. They need more information, because when the menu, if there is a QR code, when they scan the QR code, they can get the detailed information about the food, not only about the calorific value, but they can really know the origin of the food, the way it traveled, the details, if they have any allergic requirements, all these things, even the smart contract, they can visible. And not only in this way, it gives confidence to the customers in related with food safety. As a conclusion, what I want to tell you, this is in a very infant stage in the hospitality industry. As the hospital industry think that to implement various platforms, especially IBM and other wonderful platforms. But this can really increase the customer confidence. Not only that, this can scalable to other aspects also, not only to food safety, it can scalable in terms of financial transaction, loyalty programs, and also, as I mentioned, food safety, which is very important aspect in the hospitality industry, because people like to travel, like to try new food, and they need to make sure that the food what they eat is ensure the smart food safety practices, and ensure that they have trust in the food that we eat. That's why the blockchain technology can enable them to give them confidence when the food travel from the farm to the fork. That's all my presentation. Thank you very much.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Souji, for bringing up such a great topic. It was very useful to know about this, since we are bringing this topic of hospitality industry. It's not the first time that we are talking about this here on this stage, but still, the main thing that is interesting to me here is that we all know that it's pretty understandable how to solve this problem. I mean, that blockchain exists, that there are lots of technologies that can be invented to solve a certain problem, but the main issue is the adoption of these technologies. I mean, why not all farms are still not using all these blockchain technologies and stuff, but not even everybody understands what blockchain is, but still we have the problem of adoption. How do you think we can make the adoption processes faster? How can we accelerate it, and how can we solve the problem of that not all farms are using currently such great solutions on blockchain technologies?
That's a wonderful question, and especially is the best way to create awareness, because the industry is not much aware about this kind of technology, especially the blockchain technology, which is available, and they think that it's very technologically, it is not able to give a solution. So they need to know what are the merits and what are the challenges of using the blockchain, and the awareness can be given to them. There is a need of presentations in conferences like this. There should be industry, various industry platforms are there, hospitality industry, various industry platforms are there. There should be presentation. And I'm also working on various articles in hospitality industry, how the blockchain can be. The best thing is first to give awareness. So when they know, okay, the customers, especially the hospitality industry, it's a totally relies on customer, and give them some, what are the benefits by adopting this technology. Awareness should be given, especially to the top leadership, people who are in the leadership role. They should know the successful stories of using these blockchain. Even the wine industries, they already started using, but in hospitality industry, and since I also mentioned that the Modernization Act in USA wants there should be a transparent and a technology which help them to recall the food product. So all these things will make sure that these kind of technologies can be used in hospitality industry. To conclude that, I want to tell that awareness is very much important. Still, it's in the very infant stage. They only know, as I mentioned, to use the blockchain for financial transaction or for the loyalty program.
Okay, I've been just checking out the live chat, and I think there are no more questions for now, but still, if there will be some questions, I'll let you know after we publish this video as a recording. And this was our topic about hospitality, and we have one concluding session today about why WordPress can open the gates to Web3. But at this very moment, I'd like to say thank you to you, Souji, for being with us today. And in a couple of minutes, in 5 minutes, we'll be back with the next session. Thank you so much once again. Hope to see you on our stage in the future.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Yeah, thanks.
So, good day, everybody, and welcome back again to Blockchain Community Day 2024 Conference, Day 2. I'm your host, Sergey Konstantinov, and our last topic for today is why WordPress can open the gates to Web3. And our special guest, whom I'm pleased to invite on our stage, Sasha Baksht. Sasha, welcome. Thanks for joining us today. It's a pleasure for us to have you here.
Hello.
Please, a couple
Okay.
of words about yourself.
Absolutely. My pleasure giving this talk to this wonderful audience. And I like to call myself as Web 1 pioneer, Web 2.0 procrastinator, and exponential Web 3 optimist. And I am a founder of Learning Club, leading community platform on your protocol, where we onboard people and connect them with projects we build on here.
All right, good. Sasha, I think we might be experiencing some technical problems because you're cutting when you talk and probably something with your internet.
Let me check. Shoot, this is not good.
Okay, while Sasha is checking his connection, I would like, now there's a little reminder for our audience. Please post all your questions right into the chat while we're having this presentation, and we will address them at the Q&A session right after. Well, hope we are ready to begin, and Sasha, the mic is all yours.
Okay, let me check if okay, does it help?
Oh, I think it's better.
Yeah, okay, more settings and we are good to go.
Great.
Okay.
So Sasha, good luck with your presentation.
All right.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Sergey. Okay, so today I want to give a very brief talk and very simple talk about why and how WordPress can make a perfect match with Web3 in general and Near Protocol in particular. Okay, next slide. Okay, so as I said, I'm a founder of Learning Club, all-inclusive hands-on community learning platform on Near Protocol. And by the way, our platform is built on WordPress as well. Why did we do Learning Club? Like, the reason is simple. The education is broken, education world itself is corrupted, similar to banking. So we decided to demonstrate another context where people can learn instead of educate each other. And this learn method includes micro bonuses for hands-on activities, interacting with learning materials like guides and articles, and courses and quizzes and stuff like that. Generally speaking, we do use micro learning and nano learning style, so to grab people's attention to meaningful learning materials from meaningless YouTube and TikTok videos. All right, so let's get down to business. WordPress. Most of you probably heard about that, and WordPress has very different views from different people, especially from developers, especially from younger developers. But anyways, like there is something that WordPress is doing, and basically what it's doing, it's powering almost half of the websites, almost half of the entire World Wide Web. According to the 2024 numbers, almost 43% of websites on the internet are built on WordPress. And WordPress itself has a share of 63% of the market among content management system. it doesn't just being used by individuals, by certain individuals and small companies. Almost 15% of the top 100 websites are based on WordPress. All right, and to make it and it's still going. It just makes its job. Almost 500 sites are being built every day on WordPress. Next slide. And yeah, you probably know this girl, and his name is Taylor Swift, for someone who is not aware of. And what is interesting that during the Grammys red carpet, her website got overloaded and went down, and it showed instead this wonderful WordPress logotype. That means like even her website is being built on WordPress, which is quite remarkable, right? Okay. What's good about WordPress? Like not just of its popularity. It's open source. Like the beauty of it is like anyone anywhere in the world can download and run his or her own website like in few minutes. And moreover, like WordPress itself, the core WordPress continues evolving, and there are quite a bit of open source plugins that allow to extend WordPress functionality, like to learning management system, to e-commerce stores and stuff like that. And over the 60,000 plugins are available to download, and any user can install them just like in one click. All right. Additionally to plugins, there is quite a bit of open source themes, so you can customize the visual presentation of your website like very easy, like installing free or paid WordPress theme, which is quite useful by ordinary users. As I said before, WordPress, one of the most popular WordPress plugins is WooCommerce, which allows like anyone to create and run their own online store within installing within few clicks. And you will be surprised, but over 70 million e-commerce shops are being built on WordPress and being run on WordPress, which is quite significant number too. All right. According to some researchers, which I could not verify, but like I think they did a decent job. The estimation of WordPress economy is expected about like over $600 billion, and which includes all the businesses and other stuff that being used by WordPress, including hosting, e-commerce, websites, businesses, small businesses, big businesses, and so on. So that means that the WordPress itself is huge, and the beauty of it and why it is still different from blockchain, like normal, like real normal people, they can run their own online business entirely on WordPress, independently on big guys like Amazon, Shopify, Spotify, and folks like that. Okay, next. Another thing which is quite impressive, and from my perspective, which actually allows WordPress to get to this level of success, that it's distributed. It's global. Like if you check the locales that being used by WordPress site owners, like English is even less than a half, and you find like almost 140 languages being used for WordPress installations, which tells us about that mass adoption is possible, right? Okay, let's go next. And the communities that were built around WordPress, they're global. Like you can see, like 6 continents, 65 countries, and this all started from just the very first WordCamp that was organized by Matt Mullenweg back in 2006 in San Francisco. So it took a while, but again, like we can see that like open source software, which actually enable people to make money, can go global. Yeah, and you'll be surprised, but there is no central or headquarter office at WordPress. They closed it like way before like the COVID and stuff. Like it was like in 2014, and the reason was like simple. Like generally speaking, like people just do not go to the office. And nowadays, the entire WordPress team and Automatic, the business company behind WordPress, is globally distributed, which kind of reminds us our Web3 world, right? Okay. Again, WordPress is distributed as fuck. There is no central entity who will dictate which plugin install in which not. You can even tweak the plugins, and it seems according to your needs. Like there is no central authority. You just go, download, and do whatever you want, which is what we are trying to achieve with blockchain world, right? We want people to become sovereign individuals who control their stuff, their assets. All right. So I think those features of WordPress and WordPress are giving you a understanding why it can benefit from and it can be good match to the Web3 world, because we share a similar vision. And the difference is that WordPress is quite successful in mass adoption, and we are on the way to go there with blockchain world. All right. So, but when we actually see how this match between WordPress and Web3 works, like, and the answer is no. Even now, like if you go to official WordPress directory and type login with near, you'll find the plugin. Like this plugin is already being downloaded more than 20,000 times, and this is the first step how you connect your WordPress website with blockchain. And now let's see what are the real use cases that both WordPress and Web3 benefit from. And the first one is apparently NFTs, and today is like 2024, and most of people in the world are aware about NFTs. Some of them have like bad thoughts about them. Some of them made good money from it, but the concept, generally speaking, is quite understandable by normal people. And there are two ways to connect WordPress with Web3 via NFT, and the first one is to connect in real life stuff to NFTs. And this is how it works, right? We created a simple plugin that simple plugin that can help web store owner, to provide a free NFT to their customers. And like with new conception of chain abstraction, the customer of the e-commerce store does not even have to have a wallet. The wallet will be created like on the fly, and then he will get that wonderful AI-generated image as an NFT to his wallet. All right. And the opposite way to connect WordPress and NFT is to make the in real life stuff. In this case, we can see the laptop sticker with NFTs. So basically speaking, a guy just comes to the e-commerce store, connects his wallet, and the system detects the image, and this apparently this NFT is being owned by that wallet. I hope you can see that. And then magic, the guy pay via PayPal, and his NFT is going to be printed as a laptop sticker and delivered to him to his door. Like, and this is we use here Printful, an on-demand manufacturing Swag company that delivers to the most countries in the world. Like, isn't that beauty? Like in few clicks, like in few dollars, you just get like your NFT printed. I think everyone can get this, right? Like this is like a legit use case. Okay, let's go next. Even this guy, one of the earlier contributor to Near Protocol, got his NFTs on his flag. All right. Okay, so that was fun, but there is like also a very, very serious issue with any website in the world, including WordPress websites. And the issue is that website admin can easily make changes and tweaks in the centralized database, like even like, you know, like very, very humble WordPress website has a database to run on MySQL, and website owner can delete or tweak any post or any record in there, and this is not good. And we want to bring. All right, yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, there you go. I can see my my speaker notes here in the system, but that's fine. Okay, so and we want to change it. Like generally speaking, we want to create a new context with end stems or whatever stems we call it. So the website owner is aware that any user in couple of clicks and spending like very, very humble amount of crypto on the transaction can get a bulletproof of the record that he can demonstrate to the website owner, like, guys, like you don't play anymore. And let's see the use case that are already in production. All right. Okay, this one is we call it endstamp, and we use it to put the proof on of the data submitted to the form. Like you see, like there is something. Why do you like that? And this is actually the statement that we want to get hashed and put on the blockchain. So this is what user gets. He gets the transaction hash, blah blah blah, and then he can submit it to the service, the encryption service, to verify that nothing has been changed. There you go. And he got, like, in this case, he got nothing has been changed. He got like the green mark. Okay. Yeah, don't charge it like too strict. This is still prototype, but people like it. And another use case for the WordPress site, and not just WordPress site, but any publishing platform is revision and stamp. Like Medium and other folks can tweak your text according to the search engine needs or whatever, and we want to change it to change it too. We want to give authors a right to prove that they own this content and the content was as the author wrote it. So in one transaction, he got the hash, and this hash is being stored on blockchain without exposing any personal information or any details, but just the hash of the content, which is quite cool, right? All right. Another use case which is quite relevant to what we are doing at Learning Club is proof of learn. Like for the interaction with the website and with the learning material, we give our users our internal points and learns, and those records of getting and learns and being stored on blockchain. So people, and you see this guy is kind of legit, right? He comes to learn every week, and he get the and runs for different activities. And we have some other guys like who just like with their runs they just jump like and complete courses like within 1 minute, and this is not good, right? But and any employer or any other folks like can verify and can check your endurance score and see if you are a cheater or not. So people just like and the idea again like to bring new context like folks just do not cheat. No one is going to be prosecuting you and stuff, but the world is different nowadays, right? Like with Web3, like you cheating stays forever. Just do not cheat. And we have brought this new context even further. We wanted to prevent spam on submitting forms, right? And we use forms quite a while. Like we do not use Google Forms. We use our own hosted solution based on WordPress plugin, Gravity Forms. And we just solved the spam problem, and we solved the scam problem. Like every time you need to submit a form, you have to make a transaction, like with very humble amount of near. It depends, right? Like if there is a simple form, it's like 0.001 near. If there is like some more important font, it can go to 1 near or 10 near, depends on how important form is. And people, spammers, they just do not do this. And once we have like a major cyber attack from our learners, and we just increased the default captcha for them by 10 coefficient, and that was enough. Like one time and captcha increase was enough to tell them, to show them a sign, like people, like that's it, like do not spam anymore. And people got it, like, and people loved it, like, because they were not completely eliminated from the system, but they got like slashed financially a little bit, and they do not want to cheat anymore. All right. And again, the blockchain promise was and still is like microtransactions available on web, and we are still getting there. And we have some decent examples here. We created a simple reporting bug issue system where people users are available to submit issues and bugs and get reward for the legit ones. And there is like a mechanics to avoid spam submissions, because they have to deposit some humble amount of NIR, so people do not submit bullshit bugs, and moreover, for the legit and useful submissions, they get paid in NIR, which is super handy. And we just at Learn Your Club, we do not use any other tools for user acceptance testing in production. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, and excited times, right? AI is coming everywhere, and at Learn Your Club, we created a simple system that helps people to generate comments on learning guides. Like most of the Learn Your Club users are not native English speakers, so it's quite difficult for them to express their thoughts and ideas about the materials that they consume. So we asked AI to help them, and for the meaningful comment, learners get rewards and learns, and fraction of these learns they share with AI. So they have to pay for the using AI, and then they share their reward with AI as well, which is quite cool. Okay, so I think those use cases at least are able to give you some thoughts, ideas, and illustration on how WordPress can match Web3. But why we using NIR for it? There is like more than 1,000 blockchains, right? And from my perspective, NIR fits the best to help web to become better. And there are several reasons of them, and one of them is human readable account system. People get it, like just like learn.near, right? Like it looks and feels like domain name, right? And when you go further with sub accounts like Sasha.learn.near, it looks like email address, right? Like people just like get it. This is normal, right? People get used to domains and subdomains and email addresses, so they just get it. And you don't need anything, like you don't need anything on top of NIR protocol. It's already built in. This is the NIR account system. The second reason is sharding from day one. That means like scalability, like almost limitless scalability. And when we are talking about mass adoption, we are talking about connecting Web and Web3. We keep in mind like billions and billions, right, of transactions and of users. So yeah, and without sharding, there is no way we can get there. Another a nice feature of that has been built from day one on protocol level, on NIR protocol, is royalties, which is quite handy for the NFT owners and stuff. So not the trading platforms, but like you just cannot avoid it. If you sell your NFT, you pay royalties to the creator, which is cool. And the popular today thin chain abstraction, which allows to create like accounts for users and get them like few sponsored transactions. This is like a wonderful tool for onboarding new users, like similar that I showed when we were minting a free NFT for the e-commerce customer, right? Like it just goes like on the fly, click, and you get your wallet and you get your NFT minted for free for you. But it's not like completely free minted. It has to be sponsored by the store owner, right? So it's like win-win-win cooperation for everyone, right? Okay. All right. Okay, next slide. Ooh. Okay, and that's basically it. There is no video here. I hope you guys get some ideas and inspiration and some understanding from this a little bit somber presentation, and I hope my sound wasn't that bad. Thank you.
Thank you, Sasha, for such a great presentation. Well, and as expected, we have a couple of questions, and one question is, where to find out more about WordPress and Web3?
You just go to Learn Your Club. It's very easy. There is a special guide for it, and just connect with me. Like I'm quite like bullish about this development, and we are more than happy to support others builders who will to try build stuff connecting WordPress and near like and the. I think I missed one important point, like why the hell like we do it on WordPress, right? And why I do believe that this is the way to go. Because this is permissionless, right? If you want to connect NFTs with Shopify, you have to talk to Shopify people, right? Or to Amazon people, or to but like with WordPress, you just go and do it, like click, WordPress WooCommerce, plugin from Learn Your Club, there you go. And your customers will get free NFTs. That's simple. You have to ask
Great.
permission. Yeah.
And there's another question. Is it possible to like program to create my own cryptocurrency exchange using WordPress and plugins probably?
I don't know. I've never even looked in that direction. Like, and I don't think it's feasible. Like, why in the world you want to run your own cryptocurrency exchange to start
To
with?
make money on it, to make money on the commission.
Yeah, like again, like the speculation part of blockchain of crypto is not that I'm personally interested in, right? Like I'm interested in empowering like normal, like real simple people, regardless their geographical, political, or language or whatever, or history background, like to make not like huge business, but to make like humble but real businesses that can feed their families and stuff, like and independently on anyone, just like go like download WordPress, run your WooCommerce or run your learning management system, like, and there you go, you have your own platform and you can charge your users and make like real money creating value, like, but yeah, and speculations, it's not where the value is being
There's
created,
no
right?
value in speculations, right?
No, yeah, I mean, there is, but I mean, like in real life value, right? And learning and commerce and stuff, those activities, they have been with us, with humanity for a while already, right? And we could see like speculation most of the time leads us nowhere, right? But real business leads us to the prosperity and better world.
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, Sasha, thank you. And as we wrap up, I would like to thank you for such an enlightening talk.
Absolutely,
Thank you, Sasha.
my pleasure, my pleasure. Okay. You'll get there. You'll get there.
Well, as well, I want to thank our audience for their questions. And if there are more questions we have during like this time, we will pass it to Sasha, and he will, with pleasure, will answer you to your questions. And I really
Absolutely.
hope like that everybody enjoyed this session. And before we conclude today's session, I would like to extend an invitation to join us for day 3 of the Blockchain Community Day 2024 conference, which will be held tomorrow. And here's a preview of the agenda for the day. The first one, the interoperability trilemma, the problem for fragmented liquidity. And number 2, there will be a workshop, building seamless D app with Power D Cloud, leveraging interoperability in full stack development. Number 3, staying safe in the crypto space. Number 4, there will be about NFTs and beyond the $1 million art. Number 5, AI and crypto. How does it look and how does it work? And the final one for tomorrow, the role of the token and the Web3 product. Well, thanks again for joining. Hope to see you tomorrow. Bye for now.